Ever been mid-conversation nodding like you're following while your brain's screaming, say something smart, and all you've got is static? Yeah, that mental void? It's not because you're boring, it's a filter on overdrive, and we're about to shut it off. By the end of this video, you'll know how to dodge awkward silences, ask smarter questions, thread topics like a pro, and exit without sounding like a confused robot. But this isn't just about talking more, it's about cutting through the noise in your head, unlocking infinite conversational paths, and walking away from convos thinking, wait, that actually felt good. Weird, right? You ever notice how your brain's throwing out lots of solid things to say all the time, but your mouths just clock out? And it's not that you've got nothing. You've got plenty. But there's this over-caffeinated bouncer in your head going, hey, is that interesting enough to say? Or that could be awkward, let's say nothing. And by the time your brain finishes running a background check on every single thought, the moment's dead. And now you're just standing there smiling like a hostage in a group photo. Well, here's how you fix it. We call it the 3-second rebellion. Just say whatever pops into your head in 3 seconds or less. No editing, no imaginary panel of judges, just go for it. Someone says they like jazz? Don't spiral. Just say, I like jazz when it sounds like the instruments are arguing. Is it brilliant? Who cares? It's real. And real beats awkward silence every single time. Besides, your brain's not out of ideas. It's just stuck doing HR paperwork. Have you ever noticed how trying to be interesting is exhausting? It's like doing improv on a tightrope, blindfolded. Here's the cheat code. Stop trying to be interesting. Be interested. That's it. Weaponized curiosity is about getting them talking while you casually drive the conversation like some kind of social getaway driver. The trick? Ask questions you actually give a damn about. Not, so, Ruck, what do you do? That's corporate filler. Try, what part of your job would you gladly outsource to a robot? Now that's better. Or, what's something you pretend to care about at work but secretly don't? Questions like that are way more fun for both of you. Now, once you drop the performance act and start actually digging into people's world, you shift from, I hope they like me, to, let's see what's under the hood here. And people, they love to be asked, as long as it doesn't feel like a job interview. Real curiosity doesn't just keep the convo going, it makes you magnetic without even trying. Most people treat conversations like ping pong. One serve, one return, next topic. Then go, go, go. Off they go, pivoting to something else. But if you want to actually connect, you don't pivot, you echo. Not like a parrot, more like a mildly obsessive therapist. When someone shares something, don't immediately jump in with your own story. Zoom in. Ask, what made that your favorite part? Or how'd you even get into that? Follow-up questions aren't small talk. They're proof of life. They say, hey, I'm not just pretending to listen while planning my next line. I'm actually here. And that hits home differently. Suddenly, the other person isn't performing. They're opening up. They go from surface-level answers to stuff they didn't expect to share. All because you stayed with their story a little longer than most people do. That's the move. Stay curious, stay close, and echo deeper. It's not lazy. It's being magnetic. Most people treat conversations like a one-lane road. One topic, one direction, then crash. But real conversationalists, they hunt threads. Every sentence someone says is basically a choose-your-own adventure. I just started boxing to stay in shape. Cool. And from there, you could ask about boxing, their fitness goals, why now, past sports trauma, or go full chaos and ask, so, who do you secretly want to punch? Tell me. Yeah, thread hunting is about catching the stuff under the surface, the throwaway details, the weird phrasing, the stuff they didn't even mean to say out loud. And when one thread fizzles, no problem. Loop back. You've got 5 others just sitting there waiting for you. Conversations don't stall because people are boring. They stall because nobody's actually listening for the next hook. Once you start spotting threads, even a statement like, I'm tired, can lead somewhere fascinating. Good conversations are like a great movie. You want both the laughs and the existential crisis. Too much lightness and it feels like small talk purgatory. Too much depth and now you're crying in a Starbucks because someone asked, how was your weekend? Balance is everything. Emotional weightlifting means knowing when to go deep and when to crack a dumb joke about your fear of pigeons. Start light, TV shows, weird snacks, whatever. Then ease into the heavier stuff. Regrets, goals, that time you accidentally cried during a Subaru commercial. If it starts feeling like a therapy session, pivot. Mention that video of the raccoon stealing pizza. Boom. Emotional reset. The best conversationalists aren't deep all the time, and they're definitely not doing stand-up comedy either. They switch gears, they read the room, and most importantly, they don't make you feel like you're stuck on a date with either a philosopher or a game show host. Your brain, it will betray you one day. It's not if, it's when. One second you're mid-convo, nodding like a genius. The next, boom, cognitive flatline. Nothing. Not a single functioning thought. You're just standing there blinking like a malfunctioning NPC. This is when most people panic. You run the blank brain protocol. Step 1. Scan the environment like a spy in a rom-com. This coffee shop feels like a Pinterest board made by someone emotionally repressed. Say that. Step 2. Loop back. Wait, you said you grew up in Seattle, right? What was that like? Rainy and character building? You're not making magic. You're buying time. The goal isn't to be smooth, it's to avoid looking like your brain did a hard reboot mid-sentence. Silence isn't deadly, it's just awkward if you let it win. So don't try to be smooth, just deploy whatever nonsense gets the gears turning again. Even if it's something ridiculous like, why do ceiling fans always look so judgmental? Guess what? Now you're back in. Let's be honest. No matter how smooth you are, sometimes the conversation just flatlines. Enter your emergency topic kit. Think of it like a social first aid. You pull it out when things get weirdly quiet and you're one awkward pause away from commenting on the weather again. This isn't about memorizing a script. It's about having a few solid go-to questions in your back pocket. Stuff that works anywhere, with anyone, anytime. Like, what's something random you're oddly good at? Or if you could teleport anywhere for 24 hours, where would you go? These questions are easy to answer, but just offbeat enough to be interesting. It's not cheating, it's preparation. The pros do it. They don't walk into social settings hoping for divine inspiration. They preload the ammo. So, build your kit. 5 to 7 versatile, low-risk, high-payoff prompts. And rotate them, because saying the good old, hey, seen any good movies lately? Stops working once everyone has seen the same 3 shows. If you want conversations that actually matter, you've got to risk being a little real. Not overshare your diary kind of real, just human real. And that's called strategic vulnerability. It's how you turn yeah, cool, same into something that actually lands. Start simple, with fact, opinion, feeling. Like, I'm from Chicago, that's fact. Then, it's chaotic, but I weirdly miss it. That's the opinion. End with your feelings such as, honestly, it felt safer than the quiet places. It's not a speech, it's a breadcrumb trail. And every breadcrumb says, you can show up too. People are starved for authenticity, but terrified to go first. So you go first, a little, and watch what happens. They lean in, they match your level, not because you forced it, but because you made it safe for them to go next. Strategic vulnerability isn't weakness, it's control. It says, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show just enough of it to make this real. And real beats cleverness every time. Starting a conversation is easy. Ending one, that's where most people crash and burn. You either trail off into a sad, so yeah, anyway, or you pretend to get a phone call from your mom, who still calls people in public. Not convincing, don't do it. Here's how to exit with style without looking like a malfunctioning social robot. Affirmation, reason, bridge. Like, this was actually fun. That's the affirmation. But I've got to dip before I pretend to enjoy small talk with the guy hovering behind you. That's the reason. Let's finish this another time. I want to hear how that dumpster fire of a project ends. That's the bridge. Smooth, real, authentic, and no escape rope required. The goal isn't to vanish like Batman, it's to leave with charm and closure. Bonus, ending a convo well makes people want the sequel. You're not ghosting then, you're creating demand. That's elite behavior. So be elite. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're officially dangerous in conversation techniques. Not because you have all the right lines, but because you're no longer scared of silence, bad timing, or weird tangents. You've got tools now, and better, instincts. You know how to speak before your filter chokes the life out of your thoughts. You know how to stay curious, go deeper, dodge the awkward blank out, and leave a convo without faking your own death. That's not small stuff. That is an actual transformation. From I hope I sound smart to I know how to connect. Now here's the deal. I want to know what part of this hit you the hardest. Drop it in the comments, because that's how I know what to build the next video around. And if you want more of this, mindset, connection, confidence, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. Go ahead. You bring the questions. I'll bring the psychological warfare. Let's do this.